Good day everyone, welcome back to Hunting with Purpose in Generations Ultimate. Once again, and I have mentioned this before, do expect the vast majority of the recordings in this video series or live stream series to be in this particular game. Once again, as I mentioned before, I have a lot more to do in this game than any other Monster Hunter game, and I am kind of wanting to build up my character properly here, so I will be playing this Monster Hunter game more than any other. And I think we're pretty good right now. I'm going to turn up the brightness just a little bit on my webcam because I don't exactly want to look too dark in there. I'm a dark person, but I don't want to be invisible to you. Anyway, let's get our chats happening, and then we will be good to go. I did a few things off camera. Keep in mind that I'm not going to be doing everything that I do in this game on camera, so yes, there will at times be progress made off camera, and I will try to actually keep you updated on that. And I suppose I'll do that right now once I get my chats happening. Actually, that's contrary to the phrase right now, because right now means right now, and I just implied that I'd be doing it in a bit, so speak English, Doomlink, that would be great. I think your audience would appreciate it if you could actually communicate to them in a way that they could understand. Anyway, so what we're going to do is... yeah, I don't know, that should be fine. The colours should be alright. I mean, I hope I don't look too grey or anything like that. No, it should be fine, yeah. It's all good. Because I did come to the realisation that for whatever reason, OBS is accurate in how it shows my colours. Hello, Milkshake. You know I can't speak German. I think that means how am I? Hello, how am I doing? Something like that. If I'm correct, then great. I'm making progress. Welcome to the live stream, Milkshake. You do pop in from time to time, and I do appreciate that. But yeah, so just getting back to what I did off camera, you can see I have a new armor set for the hammer. And I was sort of wanting to do like very much a Rathalos X sort of armor set. It had high grade earplugs, attack up large, weakness exploit, and knockout king. Now those are pretty good skills, but they're not as visually attractive as what I have here. You see, in Monster Hunter, a lot of the time, people's perception of what a good armor set is has less to do with its functionality and more to do with how it looks. I would say this armor set is functionally less effective than the other one, but people would look at this one and think it's better. That is just what it's like to hunt with people who've got no fucking idea in their heads. But do I sound bitter? No, I'm just a little bit, let's say, bitter. Following experiences that I've had with people in Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate back in the day. Because, for example, I used to have a Pierce armor set that was functionally better than the standard at that time, which was like Gravios heavy bowgun. They had like 560 inflated raw. I had in excess of 700. Okay. And I was shooting my shots off at pretty much the same speed they were. Okay, I had no recoil on my gun. It was better, but it didn't look as nice, so people didn't like it as much. Dankeschön und Brandenburg, okay. My German is not solid, but anyway. Thanks for somewhat teaching me in a strange way. Okay, so what we're going to be doing in this recording, guys, because I suppose that's worth mentioning, is we will be trying to get this hammer to the max upgrade once again, and what has been standing in my way, unexpectedly, is frickin' Atul, and I was not expecting Atul to be the thing that would stand in my way. Oh, also another thing, look at my frickin' defense. It's not the fact that it's almost 666, it's more the fact that that's a really low number for a G-rank armor set. And the reason why is because it's all fairly low level G rank, but worst of all we've got the Garuga mask here. Very good armor piece for skills. However, I mean you can hear it, you can see, not hear. It's hearing plus 10, but you can see, not hear, that it's hearing plus 10. Anyway, long story short, yeah, it's got not very much defense. This is fully upgraded. I cannot upgrade it further, and it's got 78 defense. That's like high rank level shit, so yeah. It's kind of frustrating, and most of these armor pieces are, like you can see, my Cantor Aegis is max upgrade, my Cyanotor Bracers are max upgrade, and these are one-off max. And I'm still sitting at 665 defense, which is not okay, really. Like, with this sort of defense, I'm gonna get smacked by endgame monsters like Fatalis, even a Cantor, Ukanlos, a Latrion, monsters like those, you know. G-rank Elder Dragons, I'm gonna get completely creamed by them, and I'm not really looking forward to that, so I need to try and work on getting more defense. One way in which I can do that is by getting a Armor Talon, which I'm going to work on. I don't have an Armor Talon for some reason. I must have run out of Lao Shan Lung Claws or whatever I need in this game. I don't believe it's Devil Joe Claws in this game. It was in Tri, 3 Ultimate, and possibly 4 Ultimate as well, because 4 Ultimate didn't have Lao Shan, so yeah. Thank God for that, am I right? Lao Shan Lung is not exactly my favourite monster in the game, but anyway. This will, regardless, probably be my main hammer armor set, so that is a thing. Going to top up my cool drinks, because I just noticed that. Am I anal? I don't think so. Anyway, I'm pretty sure that I do have this set saved. Yes, it is set 15. We'll actually name it Hammer Set right now. Or just Hammer, yeah. No, return. It's 2 M's in Hammer, Doomlink. Thank you. Alright, so Hammer. So Dual Blades Hammer. My armor sets here are a real mess. I've still got armor sets from Generations sitting here. I'm being a bit lazy with them at the moment, but I will indeed work on them soon, once I feel that I need to work on them. I don't know, for some reason, I just have no desire to organize this right now, which is very unusual for me. Usually, I really do try to organize this stuff, but I'm not doing that at the moment, so maybe I'm a horrible person, who knows. I think, how's my game volume right now? I think it's good at 23. I don't know, I'll be watching. I'm getting a better idea for what I need with my game volume at the moment, so. Last stream was alright in terms of game volume. Even when I had it fairly low, it wasn't too low. I want it to be audible, you know, but I don't want it overpowering my voice, and I'm kind of closer to my microphone now than I was before, just so that my voice is loud enough. I actually reduced the volume of my microphone so that I could sit closer to it, but I kind of forgot that I had done that. And so I was sounding a little bit too low, just generally. Don't create the frickin'... Oh, Christ, I meant to search, not create. The sound is perfect? Well, that's good to hear, Milkshake. Thank you for the feedback. I do really appreciate that. It's hard to monitor when you're actually the one streaming, so it does help to have feedback from people. Okay, so what we're going to do is search hubs, not create hubs. You can see the last hub that I searched was Lavazioth. That was because I needed hyper flame scales. And that was kind of annoying. I'm not a huge fan of Lavazioth, generally speaking. There's no one hunting Atalkar right now. That is like a shock. Yeah, okay, so... How do you spell it again? Is it Atal? Or is it Atal? It's an H after the A, I think. Atalkar. Let's... I could always write it in the Japanese way, but no. Atalkar. What am I doing? Okay, that should... I think that's it. Atalkar? Jesus balls. Okay. Atal. I mean, why do I write it twice? Because I think people are that dumb. Anyway, so Atalkar, and we're going to put the limit to 12. I'm not going to force people to have HR break to join this room, but I don't want people super weak joining, so we're going to do that. Yeah, it's just Japanese games, don't worry, Paul. No biggie. They like cats. They're intelligent cats. They help the hunter fight. Alrighty. So, we're just going to sit here and wait for people to join. That's pretty much what this particular live stream series is about. It's called Hunting with Purpose, and I'm basically just playing the game as usual, so sometimes there will be some downtime, so yeah. Let's all just relax and wait for people to join. I will be running dual blades for this again, because all of my weapon types that are actually level appropriate are weapon types that I don't want to use at the moment. I want to stick with dual blades for now. Working on the hammers, that's why I'm fighting Utulkar, so that I can fully upgrade this particular hammer, the Glavenus Hammer, which I've deemed to be the most balanced for the fire element. Looks like I can read pretty quickly. Funnily enough, I used to be better with reading out loud, but I must have, I don't know, lost my mind at some point and I can't do it as well anymore. I can read very quickly, but sometimes I think what it is that I read faster silently than I read vocally. So sometimes I skip over words and sometimes I insert words where they don't actually exist. It's kind of weird. It sounds almost like dyslexia, but it's not, I can assure you, because I don't really have that sort of issue. Dyslexia is a little bit more specific than that, and I don't really trip over my words when actually speaking. And yeah, so. But sometimes I can't really read that well out loud, and then other times I can. But let's go, I think it's here where we've got Utulkar. Maybe not. Or maybe it's at the start, somewhere here. I don't know. Where are you, sir? Here you are, Castle on the Run. I'm sure that there is a quest, probably an event quest with Utulkar that's probably stronger than the standard one, but we're not going to do that. 2 people at level 45, how about that? Or HR 45, whatever. Shouldn't be saying level. You know, that actually brings me to an interesting topic. It's the general gaming terminology making its way into Monster Hunter. Now, Monster Hunter was a very niche sort of game series before World became a thing. And therefore it had its own terminology, generally. An example of this is good hunt instead of good game. Because it's not really a game, it's a hunt. It's more intimate than that, it's more specific than that. It's not just a game. So, you know, the lingo was good hunt. And then Monster Hunter World became a thing, and all of a sudden everyone's saying GG. Relatively unimportant to some people, but to me it's like I'm actually watching the community of Monster Hunter die in front of my eyes. It's like, it's sad times. Anyway, that's why I don't play that fucking game anymore. It's not the only reason why. It's one of. Hi Shadow Dash, welcome to the live stream. I'm gonna wait 1 or 2 minutes for a 4th person, because it is Utulkar, and I would like for him to die as soon as possible. These guys obviously are grinding him with the intention of getting materials for weapons, because they're running like full Neset and Utulkar weapons, so I'm doing well. I'm just sort of sitting here relaxing playing Generations Ultimate, and I enjoy that. That makes sense, Paul. It's a lot easier to understand when someone speaks a language versus when it's actually written down. If it's not your first language, that is. But sometimes that's not true as well. Sometimes accents can get in the way. And the way, like, personal inflections when speaking can also be confusing in certain circumstances. But I'd like to think that I speak very clearly, so that's generally not a problem with me. For me personally, I work in hospitality, and I work alongside many people who come from different countries, generally Europe, and they struggle a lot with people from Australia in the way that they speak, because the accent is just, you know, not really clear to people who don't speak English as a native language. And they don't have that problem with me, because I actually enunciate my fucking words. So How long am I playing these games, Monster Hunter? I'm assuming you mean how long I've been playing Monster Hunter. I've been playing it since 2009. I started in Monster Hunter Freedom Unite around the time it came out. I became interested in the Monster Hunter series about a year before that point, but didn't actually get involved until Unite came out. And it was my plan to actually... oh, I need to hit the back here, because I didn't actually mention that specifically. What I do need from Atulkar is the break that you get from his back. I only need one of those pieces. But yeah, that's pretty much my history with Monster Hunter. I began with Freedom Unite in 2009 and really cut my teeth on Monster Hunter Tri. I spent 2,300 hours in that game, and so it was a really important game for me coming into the series. And I served as a bit of a teacher to people who were playing in Tri, because Tri was a huge introductory point for a lot of people in the series, and no one knew what the hell they were doing. But because I had learnt a lot from Freedom Unite, I was able to share a lot of information with these people. It didn't take me too long to get used to what was new in Tri, and there were a number of things that were new in Tri. But most certainly, Freedom Unite taught me the basics to the extent where it was pretty easy to see what was going on and also pass on information to other people. We're talking about beginners to the point where they couldn't really deal with how armor sets worked and were just equipping random pieces of armor and wondering why they didn't have any skills. So, yeah. No, that's actually a worthwhile reference, Paul, because the Soul series and the Monster Hunter series are my two most played series by far. They're extremely important to me in my gaming life, I guess. I'm about to get annihilated by that foot. I don't really care, whatever. Those are two very important series in my gaming life, and they both began in 2009. And then also, in 2009, I began doing Let's Plays. So, that's why this year, being 10 years since 2009, is a really, really important 10-year anniversary for me. It's basically the 10-year anniversary of everything that I am today in terms of gaming. So, yeah, really important year, 2009. And I do plan to do like a reminiscing video series about the early days of Let's Plays. Both referring to other creators and myself. Because I think it's been long enough now where that's some worthwhile reminiscence. So. Don't know when I'll start doing that. Hopefully soon. I've been putting it off for months. Getting a little bit better with Atulkar now, although I have not been performing very well in this particular fight. I've been busy talking about other things, I suppose, but, yeah. Don't think we managed to break that. Probably takes a number of tries to actually break that thing. Have to really try to break this back. Because the thing is, if you don't break the back, you've got no hope. The carve chance is like, whatever it was. I think it was... It wasn't 5%, was it, for the carve chance? That sounds unreasonably low. Regardless, you've got a very, very low chance if you don't break the back. And apparently it's a 70% chance if you break the back, but having said that, it's just not... Oh shit. But yeah, having said that, it is not feeling like a 70% chance. I think I've killed 3 of these guys and I've yet to get a single... what's it called? Iridescent carapace, that's what it's called. So I'm not really impressed about that. I was told that it's fairly rare. Was that a break? Yeah, so that's a break. That's a really annoying thing about the back here as well. I mentioned it in the previous recording that I did for Hunting with Purpose. You can see that it is not entirely visible that it's broken. It's only the tips of the spikes that have been broken. So unless you're looking specifically at it. Okay, so if you're in demonized mode, you do actually get your charge up by doing Hunter Arts. Astoundingly, I had not noticed that until now. So that's really bizarre. And I'm kind of shocked. But, yeah. He's probably gonna get into his stupid mecha armor in a minute. Or in less than a minute. Very soon he will likely be doing that. How old was I? I was around 12 or 13 around that time. But I was, I don't know, I wasn't a normal kid, we'll put it that way. I was not normal at all. I'm one of those, I'm of the opinion that I basically haven't changed as a person since then. I'm fundamentally the same human being. It's a bit odd, but most people wouldn't understand that. Oh god. I'm always worried that this thing's gonna come and slam me, but I don't think that's a problem. Well, now that I think about it, I should have climbed that frickin' thing. Yeah, I always felt older. I've never been able to relate to people my age, and whenever I was online, people never... Oh, so gods, this guy here who was being useless like me and attacking the wrong leg. Yeah, I sort of... people never assumed that I was young online at that time. And I generally got along with people who were like, you know, 10 years older than me or more. So, that's kind of what it was like back then. Oh, Jesus. And I suppose that's also why I have a lot of knowledge about the past. Like, intimate knowledge about the past, because those are the people who I've always interacted with. People who were there when online gaming started and stuff like that. Oh, God. 120. That might be a bit extreme. I'm really not doing well right now. I did not contribute at all to that next stage of the fight. Here we go. I can actually climb the leg this time. To Layla. It's really cool. The dual blades for Atulkar look really nice. I do like the design. So we're a team of 3 dual blade users right now. We definitely have to make sure that we don't mess up here during the final stage. Will be super annoying. Oh god. Okay. Spinny spin spin, Talayla says. Now, I've mentioned before that I'm not a huge fan of people who have messages linked to their hunter art usage, but that's a little bit silly. I would have liked to have sharpened before this point, but whatever, we'll go with it. We'll do whatever we can do right now. Because if I were to sharpen, then I'd just lose too much damage. Not happy to be in green sharpness, though. Green sharpness was pretty common for me in Generations, but that was a high rank game, so yeah. This is not a high rank game. It is not okay to be in green sharpness. It's worth mentioning that sharpness is not as important in terms of damage output as people might think, but yeah. Green sharpness is when it starts to matter. Like, you don't want to be below blue sharpness. It's especially important these days, or especially less important, I should say, to be either purple or white, because purple sharpness was nerfed heavily. Previously, purple sharpness was considerably overpowered. Like in all of the games before this one. Or maybe it was, yeah, it was double cross without stun. Oh dear. So I'm going to make sure that whenever I do one of these hunter arts, that I am in demonized mode, because that's going to keep my charge up and that's very useful. Oh, this frickin' wheel. I hate this wheel. It's going to frickin' kill me if I'm not careful. No, 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 no. No, that. The fact that I did not die right then in that moment is a fucking miracle, seriously. Cannot believe it. Alright, let's Bloodwind. There we go. That's dealing a lot of damage, I can tell. It's good. Ow. I'm going to make sure that I keep my health on top of itself. I should mean to say, well, what I mean to say is that I should keep on top of my health And, oh dear Jesus. Look at that! Like, you really have to dive, otherwise you've got no hope. It's fucking terrible. I really do hate the final part of this, where he's, like, swinging this wheel around. Even the Dragon Eater thing here, I don't really like dealing with. Oh, God. Okay, let's try to actually get in there and deal some damage, because otherwise this is going to go on forever. The sooner you kill him, the sooner you don't have to deal with his stupid wheel. And hopefully I get an iridescent carapace this time, because not only do I not want to deal with too many more confrontations with Atalkar, I also don't really want to subject you guys to that much further, because quite frankly I'm sure anyone who has played this game has probably fought this monster enough times, so he's probably bloody annoying to watch being fought as well. So no, there is no monster HP on screen. That has never been a thing in Monster Hunter, even with the most recent one, World, which kind of, I guess, threw out the door a lot of conventions in the Monster Hunter series, but at the very least they did not display monster HP. They only decided to display hunter damage output, which I also don't really like that much. But yeah. The idea has always been to sort of gauge monster health based on their behavior. That's how it's always been. You can sort of see whether, when they're close to death, you can sort of calculate it based on how often they become exhausted. And that's a much nicer way to actually determine the health of the monster, instead of just looking at a health bar all the time. It takes you out of the game a little bit. It takes you out of the action. That's the reason why it's never actually been displayed. Okay, so just going to demon dance him here. I was about to say hopefully he is close to death, and he was indeed close to death. He dies very fast, like, well, what I mean is his death animation is very quick. But yeah. Yeah, it's not like it's a feature that leaves you thinking that the game's lacking in features or anything, or it's lacking in something at all. It's definitely intended to have you be more invested in the experience of hunting the monster, instead of just looking at some HP bar and going, oh, it's got this much health left, let's do this or that. And that's one of the things that I like about Monster Hunter. Yeah, tickety-boo. Speaking of tickety-boo, I actually finished Dragon Quest Swords yesterday, finally. And I'll be moving on to Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, which is a game that I haven't played for quite some time, and I only played it for a short time when I did pick it up. I was thinking of doing it today, but there's one particular reason why I chose not to actually record it today. And here I am playing Monster Hunter instead, which is fine. I do enjoy playing Monster Hunter. It's a good time. Yes! I did have confidence that I'd be able to get it, because I was thinking, generally how it works is that if you spend time farming, and you leave it alone for a little while, look at that, Worn Hammer, I needed that shit. I need that for my Kushala Daora. So that ended up being a double fucking whammy. I ended up getting the iridescent carapace that I needed to upgrade my Glavenus Hammer, and I also got the Worn Hammer, which I didn't have before, but need to create the Daora Hammer, which I have decided to be the best one for ice, given my preferences for damage output, I guess. Let's not bump the microphone. But what I was trying to say there was that if you find yourself grinding something for a very long period of time, and then you go away for a while, you just leave it alone, and then you come back, that will often... Let's reconstruct that sentence. Oftentimes, when you do return to it, the first hunt will give you what you want. So, yeah, that is a thing. I need to position my microphone in such a way that it's not, like, doing weird things. There we go, that's a little bit better. Okay, so, also want it to be kind of close. Yeah, whatever. Hopefully that doesn't look like it's too close and is therefore distracting. I don't know. It doesn't feel too close for me, but... No, it's not. No, my hair has always been this length. It's just that I guess, I don't know, maybe it's more visible like this. It's not fur on clothes, this is my hair. But it's always been this long, it's just, yeah, I don't know, maybe you're noticing it more because of the way it's sitting on my clothes, I'm not sure. Maybe it's more visible when it's against my jacket like this, I'm not sure, but, don't know. Yeah, I think that's probably what it is, Paul. And yeah, there were a number of crotch shots going on in Dragon Quest Swords. Because I never actually thought of the fact that Fleurette was, you know, blowing a kiss onto Dirk Gibbs' crotch. That was just... As soon as I saw that, I'm like, wow, that's quite a thing. Alrighty, so we're definitely going to start upgrading this thing. But before I do that, I don't have much monster broth. Hopefully I don't need much more than that. I bet I don't have enough. I bet I need like 10 or something. Or at least, maybe 8 will be enough. I don't know, we'll see. Because I'm thinking maybe the next upgrade will require 5, which means that it'll be perfect. But if I need more monster broth after that, that's when things are going to get a little bit sad. But anyway, we're going to get this to the max upgrade now, which I'm somewhat excited about. What can I use? Molten Bursa. We'll use 2 of these, maybe. No, we'll use 1. Stop it. Use 1, 1, 1, and then... Oh, no. Oh, it just cancelled everything. God damn it. Use 2 of these. Actually, we'll get you down to 4. And then I'll use 1 Cortex, I guess. Well, that's... No. God damn it! Okay, so we'll use 2 of you. No. 1 of you. No, no. 1 of you. It doesn't even matter. What I'm doing right now doesn't even matter. But I'm wasting my time anyway. Is that even what... I don't even care if that's what I wanted to do or not. Let's just go on with that. Because I'm being stupid right now. Okay, now to upgrade this thing. And I'm also going to leave this room. Because I probably don't need to be here anymore. Yeah, that was definitely X-rated. How do you... It's actually the best way to fight him. You just keep flinching him by kissing his crotch. I mean, you know, whatever makes you happy, game. If that's what's most effective, then that's what I'll do. It's quite as simple as that. Oh, God. Anyway. Excellent. So 5. Do I need more after that? I don't need more after that. Thank fucking shit. Alright, so cool. We're now getting into the Ice Steel Hammer. We're not going to use the Pulsating Core. That is a decent Dragon Hammer. But I'm actually still tossing up between what hammer I want. I'm pretty sure that I've decided on... Yeah, that's right, because I was thinking that if I were to do Sharpness plus 1 or Sharpness plus 2, this was when I was trying to build a different hammer set to what I had established before. I was thinking maybe something like the Pulsating Core or the Devil Joe Hammer would be good, because of course the Valstrax Hammer would not work with Sharpness plus 1 or 2. But I decided not to go with Sharpness plus 1 or 2, so we're going to stick with the Valstrax Hammer. So we'll see what happens there. We can level you up further, which is very good. We're going to use claws here. I have plenty of those. Very nice. We can get to the max upgrade with high rank. And it looks like I have a lot of G rank Daora stuff. Holy dick, look at this. What was I trying to get? Why was I grinding Daora? I must have been trying to get something from him. I can't remember what it was. I don't remember. Was it for... It must have been for a weapon, so that would mean that I'm probably lacking something that I'll need later. Was it large Elder Dragon Gems that I was trying to get? I don't know, but we are 1 large Elder Dragon Gem away from the max upgrade for the Daora Hammer, which I'm pretty happy about. You know, it's times like these where I really appreciate level upgrades, or weapon level upgrades. Because upgrading a weapon in the past was a lot harder than this. But here, you know, you just... It's almost designed so that you'll spend a lot of time trying to get the materials for one level, and then when you go to the next level, you would have already collected the materials for that next level by grinding for the previous stuff. And it's really good. And I very much appreciate it. So, cool. We're damn close to being able to fully upgrade you. And by the looks of it, the sharpness isn't incredible. Let's have a look at the sharpness when I use the hammer set. Although I do have razor sharp, so that's alright. That will help. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's alright. We'll have decent white, as long as we're running razor sharp there. All good, Paul. Alrighty. So, this, by the way, this is not the water hammer that I'm making. I'm doing a nibble snarf hammer for that one. I think it's a giant grenade or something. It's really quite funny. But, yeah, we're not going to be doing that. But cool. So, now we have a good fire hammer to use. It's not really what I wanted to do. I wanted to, I don't even know why I'm trying to sort things. I kind of had this strong desire to sort my box, but I don't really need to sort it. Is it time to maybe fight some Elder Dragons? Maybe. Guess it is. Because I was thinking of doing some villager requests, but if I'm going to... Oh yeah, that's right, that's one thing that I was looking at. Isn't Lao Shanlang weak to fire? He might be, I'm not sure. If he is, then I'll run Hammer and go fight a Lao Shanlang for his claw. I just need to check how to make power talons in this game. No. I sounded very French. No! I meant I'm going to check how to make power talons. Yeah. Same shit, it's just I need to see what the claw is for it. So it's apparently a Devil Joe talent in this game. I would have assumed that it would be Lao Shanlang, because basically how it worked was traditionally it was Lao Shanlang, and then when Devil Joe became a thing, it was a Devil Joe talent. I would have assumed that it would switch back to Lao Shanlang. I was confused because if I try to combine this with anything in my box, I don't have anything that will work. And I thought for sure I would have had a freaking Devil Joe talent, but apparently I don't. So I guess I can go and find a Devil Joe or something, I don't know. Should I? Just do a quick offline Devil Joe, high rank. Guess we can. Maybe I'll have a high rank Devil Joe villager request or something, we'll have a look. You never know. You never know. I won't be using hammer on Devil Joe. Even if I had a Dragon Hammer, I wouldn't hammer Devil Joe. I tried it once ever back in Try. Back when I was not as good at the game, I guess, technically. Because I learnt a lot in Try. Like, Try was, once again, the game where I cut my teeth in the Monster Hunter series with. And, yeah, but still, like, I would not do that again, ever. And I have yet to do that again, and seriously, I won't. It was just bad. Just really bad. It doesn't seem like I have a Devil Joe villager request, so we won't bother with that. Okay. That means we will go high rank offline, which is better in terms of how much time it will take. It will be faster. And we'll get a Devil Joe talent out of that. I'll equip my dual blade armor set and then go with the Devil Joe dual blades. Nero's Wrath, which I've decided is the best one. I mean, look at the stats on this thing. It's pretty decent. It's got good raw, good sharpness. It's got positive affinity. Doesn't have too much dragon, but that's alright. Like, it's still some dragon damage. It's a-okay to me. Devil Joe doesn't have good weapons in this game. It's like, yes he does, but whether or not you like them might be a different matter altogether. Yeah. It's all a matter of comparing it to other stuff. And I compared this. I basically decided that I would do sharpness +2 for my dual blades. And I went through all the weapons with sharpness +2, and this was the best one to go with. So, yeah. Had to do with, you know, whether... Sometimes I choose whether to go with razor sharp or sharpness +2. I generally won't do both. Sometimes I do, it just depends on what the armor set is like. But oftentimes I choose one or the other. And I chose to go with sharpness +2 for dual blades. And as a result, this was the best one to go with, so... That's how it goes, man. That's how it goes. Alrighty. So, this is a really funny quest name. Devil Joe Food Cake. I don't know if any of you are familiar with this, you probably are. But this game has some ridiculous quest names. Like, don't know what the localization team were on. They must have been doing something, some substance. But it must have been a great time. Let's do Devil Joe Food Cake. I'm not expecting to have a huge amount of fun using dual blades against Devil Joe, but whatever. See how things go. Funny story, recently when I was trying to do a high rank hyper Devil Joe solo, I ended up accepting the G rank one. So I'm soloing this G rank hyper Devil Joe for 35 minutes and I failed. Because I ran out of ammo and he killed me. Like, it was really rough, and to be honest, I'm quite regretful that I did that. I don't know what came over me, thinking that, why do I have no good frickin' meals here? Attack large will do. But yeah, seriously, I don't know what I was thinking, accepting the G rank quest instead of the high rank quest, but whatever. And keeping in mind, of course, like, not only is it G rank, but it's optimized for online plus hyper. So, soloing that shit, yeah, that didn't work so well, I think you'll find. It was a real rough ride. I do not know if I even got close. I don't know how much I would have taken his health down, because of course he's hyper. He gives you no information. He doesn't tell you in any way, like, if he's getting close to death. He just sort of, you know, keeps being angry. Point being, you don't get like a cycle of exhaustion with him, although it can be confusing with Devil Joe because he's always hungry, you see. Just not a fan of that experience that I had. And I'm glad that I didn't end up doing that on camera, because that would have been really sad. I can tell you that much. But yeah, that did not happen on camera. Which was for the better. I do not like starting at the camp in this particular location, because I feel that you have to go for a really long time to get to the actual mountainous areas. But it's faster in this game than it is in 2nd gen, so I can't complain too much. In 2nd gen, you used to have to... I mean, that would have taken like 15 seconds to climb that shit back in 2nd gen, but you can just climb it nice and quickly in this game, which is pretty good. I'm happy with that. Here's old Devil Ho. Devil Jehovah. Never actually called him Devil Jehovah before, but there we go. Just thought of that one, just out of nowhere. Alrighty. I'll be mostly attacking the legs by the looks of it. He's not a very big Devil Joe though, so I can probably get him around the stomach. Yeah, he's given me all these opportunities to hit him. And I think a fucking Blango flinched him. Just when it was getting good. And I was getting like 2 or 3 demon dances in because he was giving me all these opportunities, and then a fucking Blango ruins it for me, thank you. He didn't even hit me, he hit the Devil Joe. And flinched the bastard. I was kind of hoping for a mount, but... Remember in 4 Ultimate when you could do like 1 jump off a ledge and mount something? I mean, that was probably with Rodeo God, but still, like, it was ridiculous. Crazy game. But as per usual, everything that is being introduced in the game that is new, generally unbalanced. Whether it be positively or negatively. Remember slime? Some people probably feel that that ruined 3 Ultimate. I would say that 3 Ultimate would have been much better if slime were more balanced. But, you know, not everything can go your way. There will always be something about a Monster Hunter game that could have been better, I will say. Generally speaking, I would say that 3 Ultimate is the best Monster Hunter game, but again, there are some things about it that aren't as good as other Monster Hunter games. I'm not going to deny that. It's not absolutely perfect. But in terms of what is good, I would say that it would indicate to me that 3 Ultimate is the best combination of everything. It's just what it is, man. If you disagree, then that is your thing. But I went into a lot of detail about it back in the previous live hunts that I did in 3 Ultimate. It might have been live hunts part 3 or 4. One of the two. Or maybe even live hunts 2, I can't remember now. But it was around there. It was between 2 and 4 where I did that. Rather long-winded explanation as to why 3 Ultimate is the superior Monster Hunter, and it actually inspired Sam, a friend of mine, to like get out his Wii U and come and play with me. It's pretty funny, but yeah. He's now doing a playthrough of 3 Ultimate. And I think he's having a lot of fun, which is good. Ooh, I didn't actually want to dive there, I wanted to roll. Alright, let's try to spiral slice you. Nice. Yummy, yummy. This frickin', what's his face, Blango's making life a little harder for me. I won't be doing too much solo stuff when I'm recording Hunting with Purpose, but there will be solo stuff, I do have to mention that, because it's not always the most sensible option to try and do multiplayer with everything, you know? So there will be a bit of solo stuff going on. Like right now. I'm not going to get a room together for a high-rank Devil Joe, it's not necessary. And it would probably not be as time effective either. Take this opportunity to sharpen. And have a drink. I must have gotten hit out of my sharpening animation, and I didn't notice. It's really fucking annoying. Thanks, Blango. I do not have defense down, fortunately. Let's Bloodwind. I think he's going to leave the area. Those last 2 attacks were like way off target. But what do you do? Nothing can be perfect. There will always be something that's not perfect. Especially when it's Doom Link playing Monster Hunter. Oh dear. Anyway, it is what it is. Can't control everything. Even your own skill level. Sometimes you'll just play as well as you end up playing, you know? I don't know what I'm trying to say. You can control how well you play if you focus, but I don't do that. I'm a very casual Monster Hunter player. A lot of people I've found went in the opposite direction to me, you know. I was hardcore back in Try. And after Try, I underwent the process of becoming more and more casual as time went on. Whereas other people were super casual back then and then only started to really get hardcore in the later games. I would say that basically everyone who wasn't hardcore in the older games enjoys World, and then people who are hardcore in the older games probably don't enjoy World. But that's definitely not the case for everyone. And that much I can say. Alrighty. We're going to Demon Dance and then maybe do a Spiral Slice. There we go. Oh, I'm on the wrong side of him. That's a good opportunity to hit the stomach. I don't think his back here is very weak, or at the very least very susceptible. Let's do a Spiral Slice now. Ooh. Getting up actually ended up having him dodge that attack. Oh, that's a lot of damage, I can tell. Poor Devil Joe, he's having a bad day. I wanted to get that last hit at the very least. He's getting into rage mode again. He must be very close to death. That's one thing you can use to determine monster health. How often they're getting in rage mode. If they're getting enraged constantly, it means they're really getting towards the end of their life. So, should be limping fairly soon. And by fairly soon, I should have said immediately. I'm very lazy, I don't really bring meat with Devil Joe. It's purely a laziness thing, like, I do realise that meat is very effective with Joe, but I just don't really bring it. I used to do it as like a... I mean, I suppose that's a good example of how I've changed since Try, but back in Try, you would never see me on a Devil Joe quest without meat. And you'd also see me shit-talking people in keyboard chat for putting down, like, multiple meat in one area. Or more than one piece of meat in an area, like putting down 2 sleep meats. Like, what are you doing, idiot? What you do is you put down 1 piece of meat, right? The one you want him to eat. And then he eats it. And then you put down another one that you want him to eat. And then he eats it. You don't put down 2 sleep, 2 paralysis, 2... Let's stop it. Anyway. We won't get into that. I used to shit-talk people a lot back in Try. It was funny, I started off as being a very supportive person in Try. But then when I started to become a bit... well, I started to take the game a little bit too seriously. Because that's just what happens when you play a game so much that you sort of live on it. You start to take things a little bit seriously. So, yes, I did shit-talk people from time to time. But I'd like to think that the things that I was shit-talking people for fell under common sense. It's like, okay, if Devil Joe can only be affected by meat once, why would you run the risk of him eating the same type of meat more than once in a single area? Like, I don't know, man. It seems pretty fucking simple to me, but maybe it's not. Here we go. That is a good way to kill a monster, I'll tell you what. Do the spiral slice. Do the spiral slice. Could be a dance, you never know. Sounds like a bit of an intense dance move, if you ask me. Alright, so we're going to try and get some Devil Joe talons, or more specifically 1, there we go. And that will be used for our armor talon. Don't know why the hell I don't have any of this stuff, but apparently I don't. Ugh. I don't really know how long I'll be recording today. Probably 2 hours, I guess. We're actually already at the 1 hour mark, and I can't believe it that we're at the 1 hour mark, but we are. Time flies when you're having fun, and by extension, time flies when you're playing Monster Hunter, because generally you're having fun when you're playing Monster Hunter. I am, maybe you're not. But yeah. Alright, let's just take all this stuff. It's not really worth selling, so I may as well just take it. Oh yeah! 2 bone husks. Nice. That's what I like to see. Alrighty. So we'll go and make our armor talon, and then after that, we will head online and hunt. It doesn't necessarily have to be Kushala Daora, it might be a different Elder Dragon. Whoever is going to drop me a, whatever it's called, large Elder Dragon gem. I'm used to the Freedom Unite naming, Big Elder Dragon Jewel. It's funny, they chose 2 words to change, from big to large, and jewel to gem. I don't know. Large is obviously better than big. I think that's pretty obvious. But we won't get into it further than that. I think I've had my fun. Oh yeah, that's what I need to do. Sometimes I just forget what I'm doing, but you know. The reason why is because I'm always crapping on about something. Where's the Devil Joe stuff? What the fuck? Where are you, Devil Joe stuff? Devil Jehovah. Okay, seriously, what's going on? Devil Jehovah. Oh, there we go. It's hard to see that in amongst all the things in the box. There we go, and now we've got an armor talent in our inventories. That is increasing our defense by a decent amount, but not enough for this armor set. We've got 683. That's actually pretty good. I'm happy with that. That's actually pretty nice. That's almost 20. But, still. Could be better. But could be worse. So let's not complain too much, shall we? Let's just roll with it, man. Alright, so... we'll go with dual blades, and we will fight... What's his face? Maybe Teostra? Let's just, you know, we'll vary back and forth. Raiding with a party of 9. I didn't even tell you about this one, Sam. Anyway. So we're going to go and take on... Okay, so the plan is to get a large Elder Dragon gem. What we're going to do is we are going to alternate between Kushala Daora, Chameleos, and Teostra. Generally, in the past, I have gone with Chameleos for large Elder Dragon jewels, or big Elder Dragon jewels, large Elder Dragon gems, you know. I'm going to get confused with that naming, do excuse me. But the reason why I generally go with Chameleos for that is because the large Elder Dragon gem is the same color as the Chameleos stuff that he drops. It's kind of a really stupid way to look at it, but it feels like there's a better chance of getting that stuff. What a fun raid. Hello, hello. Alrighty, so what we're going to do is probably take on whoever someone is hunting at this moment, because at the moment no one is hunting Kushala Daora. We're going to see if anyone's hunting Teostra. If no one's hunting Teostra, we'll try Chameleos. I'm not a huge fan of hunting Chameleos these days because I've fought way too many of him in Freedom Unite. Oh god. Chameleos, you are my saving grace. Let's do this, man. Of course, the horrendous list of names for monsters here. Yeah, that Samgrass guy. Who is that? Some kind of person with a strange Twitch name. But at least it has correct spelling, unlike mine. It has a C instead of a K at the end. Where is Chameleos? Hello. I mean, I'm probably blind, but that doesn't change the fact that this list of monster names is one of the most horrendous things about this game. It is unbelievably not okay. Use your eyes, Doom League. There we go. Chameleos. And after all that, nothing. Who do I feel like fighting? I fucking hate Kushala Daora, so let's do a Teostra room. We'll just go with that. G Teostra. Does Elatrion drop them? No, he doesn't. He is sort of a separate Elder Dragon in that he's not one of the traditional ones. Large Elder Dragon gems have traditionally dropped from the 3 Elder Dragons, Chameleos, Kushala Daora, and Teostra. So you have Elder Dragons like Valstrax, and maybe Valstrax drops them, I don't know. I'm not really an authority on Valstrax because this is a game that I have not played as much as the previous ones, but it's possible that Valstrax drops them. I might actually check that momentarily, but for now we're going to make a Teostra room. See what goes on there. If any of you have Generations Ultimate, feel free to come and join me. But yeah, we'll see what goes on there. Oh, now I have to try and find Teostra in the frickin' monster list. Come on! I swear I'm usually better at this than what I'm demonstrating right now. There you are. And we will limit the room to 13 and beyond. Because I actually want to succeed, you see. Haven't fought Elatrion too much in this game. I was told that he was a shit fight by Sam, actually. He was like, have you fought Elatrion, Doom? He's fucking shit. And I'm like, oh, I think I did fight him once or twice, but, yeah. I don't think he would be that bad. I think he's progressively gotten worse and worse with every single game, to be honest. I guess some people might have liked the whole 3 ultimate thing, where you had to shoot him down with the binder, but I don't know, I preferred flash bombing, I guess. Alrighty, so where is a Teostra quest? find one of those and wait patiently while people join. Is it going to be like a quest rotation thing where sometimes I'm not going to have the quest because it looks like I've got Kushala and Chameleos but not Teostra? Which is fucking perfect because that is exactly the one that I want to hunt right now and I don't have the bloody quest. Hallelujah. Monster Hunter does have a habit of trolling me in this way. I'm gonna scream in a minute. I swear to you. Okay, so... Lord of the Volcanic Hollow. Is this a stronger one? Aerial Insect Glaive. I mean, Elatrion does move. He's very similar to Teostra and Kushala in that way. He's sort of like a variant to them in that sense because they sort of have that running forward thing going on. But Teostra was very much the charging around sort of Elder Dragon, so I guess Elatrion was designed to be a more involved version of that monster. Maybe Zach Jr. Hola, amigo. Yeah, right here. Sam, I'm going to need you to translate if you're here. Mr. Spanish man. But yeah. I did not know if this guy has the Teostra quest, and I also don't know if he's going to take it upon himself to post it. But we will have to see. Oh, that's right. Room information is here. Now we'll just sit here and wait patiently. For either this guy to post or for some other people to join and post, whatever works. Whatever works. But yeah, out of all of the Elder Dragons, I do prefer to grind Chameleos because he is by far the easiest to fight. Teostra is probably the most fun to fight. And Kushala I will not give the time of day because he's fucking terrible. I'm gonna try and like... I mean, do I have to go over to my keyboard and communicate with this person? Kinda don't want to, but... I'm gonna point at him. Come on, Mr. Spanish man. Apparently my face looks like Richard Krusp from Rammstein. I haven't been told that. I haven't actually been told that I look like anyone. Post the quest, you mongoloid. Maybe he doesn't have it either. Alright, I'll post the event. Tough shit. If it's a stronger one, then we're just gonna have to deal with it. Alrighty. Lord of the Volcanic Hollow. One of the reasons why I don't want to do this quest is because it's in the bloody Volcanic Hollow and I hate that area. It's just terrible. What are you posting now? You're either posting or you're not. Yeah, Kushala is just terrible. He's got all this wind going on and he... It's the wind, that's what it is. I just don't like Kushala. He's not a particularly good Elder Dragon, generally speaking. But I have to say, if any of you have fought old Teostra, and if you are typical viewers of the Sam stream, I'm assuming that he's done Teostra into Durs. He really sucks. He'll just charge around and not really give you a chance to attack him properly. He'll just keep charging around and you just have to put up with it. And that's pretty annoying. But still, I would actually prefer that to Kushala, depending on my mood. But yeah, really, like... Not at all something that I'm interested in generally. This whole wind crap. Actually, one thing that makes it even worse these days is the whole black wind thing. You've got the regular wind when Kushala is not enraged. And then he gets the whole black wind business. It's like, okay, if his wind wasn't annoying enough already, you're going to bring his bloody black wind into it. And at that point, I just can't handle it anymore. At that point, I'm like, I never want to hunt you again. Yeah, I never know what's worth it. You're farming large elder gem. Well, so am I, Zach Jr. ¿Cómo estás? I cannot speak much Spanish. The average American can speak more Spanish than I do because they live geographically close to a bunch of Spanish-speaking people, so... I'm kind of on the other side of the world. So, hopefully this isn't a super strong thing. And by thing I mean, rusted Kushala. I don't mind rusted Kushala. He's alright. But still, he's a Kushala Daora, so I don't really like him. But yeah, what I was trying to say was that hopefully this isn't a stronger Teostra, this particular event. I know nothing about this event quest. Don't know if it's special in any way. It's just the only quest that I have with Teostra in it right now, so we're going to go with it. Alrighty, I do apologise for the downtime. You guys raided at the wrong time. It was right at the moment when I was not hunting, and generally speaking, this particular livestream series does not have as much uptime in terms of hunting. It is hunting with purpose. It's basically anything that I want to do in the game, I will do, and there may be some downtime involved because it will involve getting rooms together. And as you know, that's not always a speedy process in Monster Hunter. The previous livestream series that I've done for Monster Hunter have basically been just do whatever is being hunted right now. People have a room together, that's something I might want to hunt, let's go and do it. Not much downtime in that scenario. But there's a lot more here when I'm sort of getting things together, looking at what I want to upgrade, and also getting rooms together. That definitely does take a little bit more time, so therefore there's not as much hunting action involved. Alrighty. I may as well gather here. I always do find it funny that instead of actually striking this with a pickaxe, you're instead gathering it. Got an ancient shard. I'm actually really happy that I did end up getting that worn hammer at the same time that I was fighting Atul to get the iridescent carapace. It really worked out well. Yeah, maybe it will have a higher Elder Dragon Jewel drop rate. I do like how you're saying Elder Dragon Jewel instead of Elder Dragon Gem. That means you're used to the second gen terminology. Good man. But yeah, the point is that maybe the event quest itself will have a chance to drop the gem unrelated to the killing of the monster itself and its personal rewards and break rewards. So, we'll see how that goes. Teostra starts in... No. Actually, no. I was misplaced. I thought he was in a different area to what I was thinking, but... Well, to where he actually is, and he is not there. I was thinking that he was in this one coming over here, which would have been really bad. Imagine fighting Teostra in here. I was about to shit, but fortunately I did not have to soil myself on stream, so that was a good turn of events, I would say. That, it's funny, the first time someone posted that emote, Guzmar, I'll call you Guzmar, I thought it was me, to be honest. Like, I mean, I was just glancing at it, I couldn't really see it, and it was rather small. Obviously, I don't have facial hair, but... I thought it was a frickin' picture of me, and I'm like, what's that doing on Twitch? It was a funny moment. Alrighty. Oh, this is a stronger one. This is a stronger one. I don't know if you just witnessed that, but that was some loss of health. Oh, shit. I'm not looking forward to this one. Oh, Lord help me. Okay. Yeah, it's that Chimera again. The last time you saw this guy, Paul, was in Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. This one is a bit more involved than the one you were seeing there. Oof. And he's doing a lot more freaking damage. I need to be very careful here. Please don't. Fortunately, I got hit back. Ooh, let's get to the head. We need to do as much damage as we can to this butt. Who was that? Was that? That was your fucking insect, you bastard. Oh, no, 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 that's gonna kill me. I don't know how that didn't kill me. I'm actually really stressed out right now. I'm too relaxed to get down and dirty with a strong monster right now, which sounds really dirty and very much not PG, but anyway. This fight is not PG, I can tell you that much. This stream is not PG. That's why it's R18+. Oh, shit. No, the reason why I have it R18+ is because I think Twitch gets the shits if I'm drinking like straight spirits on a fucking stream that is not rated 18+, so... That's why I do it. Okay. Don't know if it's better to go dragon or water. I'm pretty sure that water is best. Alright, get away from him, guys. I don't know if this Teostra is stronger in terms of health or just in terms of damage. Probably both, most likely. But yeah, this is going to be a bit of a rough ride, I think. But this seems to be a decent team. No one's died yet, so that might bode well. Excuse me. We'll see how things go. I'm going to count my chickens before they hatch, as they say. It's probably super out of fashion to say that now, but whatever. I'm not exactly hip with the lingo these days. Or I'm not using the hip lingo. Like, enunciating out loud emote names. That's super in these days. I super don't do that. But anyway. Actually, the only time I do that is with my own personal Discord server where we have our own personal emotes and we say them out loud to intentionally be cringy, not because we think it's a good thing to talk like that. That's important to mention. But anyway. Alrighty. Yeah, it's probably something old. I do have terminology that I actually actively think, don't say that, Doomlink, that's like something people said in the 40s. Like, seriously, because I did pick up a bit of terminology from my grandparents, seriously. Like, well, not just terminology, actual phrases and sayings. I can't think of them now, because when you put me on the spot, I can't, but, oh, I was about to say, get away from that. That was too late for me to get away from it. But, yeah. God, I can't think. Anyway. Just heal up and then get back in there. We'll do a spiral slice. I do enjoy spiral slice. It's a fun little thing. For you Generations Ultimate players who are used to using styles, don't expect that from this live stream series, because I am of course running Guild. And Guild is pretty much what I'm going to be sticking with for quite some time to come. We're going to spiral slice you in the face. That is some good stuff right there. I'm probably going to get hit by this hammer guy. If not, then even better, but I don't mind if I get hit by the hammer guy. Last time I was fighting Teostra on camera, or at least the last time I can think of, it wouldn't have been the last time. It was probably when Paul was last watching. I had some dickhead with a long sword sticking by Teostra's head in Freedom Unite, and he was flinching the hell out of me, and I was using hammer, and I'm just like, can you get out of here, mate? His excuse was that he was used to head flinching in solo, and I'm just like, look mate, I'm a hammer user, relax, go to the side of the head or do the front legs, like just, I can't do any damage here when you're constantly flinching me with your fucking longsword. I'm gonna die, and that was a situation where I was getting ready to avoid him in the event that he was coming after me, but he went after someone else, and then I ran into his path and died, so that's kind of annoying, but that's kind of something that I can't control. Because sometimes that does happen a lot. You're trying not to die in the event that you'll be targeted, but then you just line up with someone else and get hit because they were aiming for someone else. It's kind of annoying, but yeah. Kind of everything. But the irony of it, of course, was that I was saying, you know, this team's pretty good, no one's died yet, and of course I was the first one to die. But it always happens that way. I only ever die when I bring into question other people's ability to stay alive. That's when I'm the first to die. Yeah, longsword tripping. It wasn't as bad in Unite as it was in Tri. Anyone who played Tri Online, ooh. I mean, I'm not saying Tri Online was bad, but, yeah, Paul remembers the sword guy. He was fucking annoying. But yeah, Tri Online, incredible experience, and it will never be repeated again. Nothing will ever come close to Tri Online as an online Monster Hunter experience. However, longsword was a thing. It was kind of incredible. It kind of hit like a truck, and it kind of had incredible DPS, and it kind of tripped everyone on the team. So if someone ran longsword, you were also running longsword because you didn't want to be tripped. So basically it was one of these scary situations where As soon as one guy puts on the longsword, you've suddenly got a team of 4 longsword users, and if you don't have a team of longsword users at that point, oof, you would just feel sorry for the person who was not opting for longsword at that moment. Because, yeah, it was a sad time, for sure. For that person who was not using longsword. Because, of course, for those who were not aware, as soon as you would get your charge gauge up for longsword, you would stay fully charged, and you would not lose your red gauge either. So you would be always at constant full charge, in the red gauge, doing endless spirit combos. Endless. I do not know who the fucking hell at Capcom thought that was a good idea, but someone gave that the okay. Thought, oh yeah, it's gonna be good. And needless to say, it did not happen after that point ever again in the series, because it was a terrible idea, and it kind of ruined the online spirit experience in that game, so yeah. Kind of ruined. There are things about, oh, maybe he didn't have more health, I don't know. Well, things turned out well in the end. That's what I like to see. Some guy's got another style shout out. Style shout outs. Like, who is that for? Is it for you? I mean, you wouldn't look at it. If you... Ow. Anyway, style shoutouts are really dumb. Unless you're doing something creative with them, and most people are not doing creative things with them, so... I'm not saying I do creative things with it. I don't know what I would do with it, but... Oh, there's another paralysis. Very nice. Who's the paralysis user? Is he the hammer guy? I just got launched, but it doesn't matter. I'm very forgiving of being launched by a hammer. I'm, however, not very forgiving of being launched by a greatsword or a switch axe. Those people can probably fuck off. Probably. Anyway. Again, being launched isn't as bad in this game. Well, being launched in the air isn't as bad in this game because you can deal some damage mid-air at that time. It will ruin your DPS a little bit, but it's not as bad as not being able to do anything and you're just sailing through the air and not being able to hit the monster for like 6 seconds. That sucks. But anyway, I might go and mine. There was a switch axe guy the day before when I was recording this game and I was playing with Sam, and the switch axe guy pissed Sam off so much he was like, fuck this switch axe guy, and he bailed. Like, he was out. He was like, no more. I'm like, okay. I was being sarcastic, Paul, about the probably. In actuality, they definitely should fuck off. Worn longsword, I probably have one of those, but... Ooh, that's kind of nice. I like that talisman. I'll keep that. Don't think I'll ever use it, but in case I want guts and recoil, it's there. I said that I'd alternate, but I might do another Teostra. We'll see. And then I might move on to Chameleos or something like that. I won't do too much. I'll try and not do too much repetitive grinding, even though I said that there'd be a little bit of that in this live stream series. I'm not going to like force you guys to watch that too much. So basically I'm going to alternate a little bit, and if after alternating from Teostra to Chameleos to Kushala I still haven't gotten a large Elder Dragon gem for some reason, I'll just move on to something else. Don't know what that would be, but I would move on to something else. But hopefully I get one in that time. We'll see. Music is like on wedding. You mean at the end of the quest? Well, sometimes it can be a good thing to finish the quest. It might be as happy as marriage. Well, marriage isn't always happy. But generally, at the moment you're getting married, it's happy. So, that statement is not actually incorrect. Look how much life powder I have. Jesus. This is coming from a guy who never uses life powders. No, actually I use Dust of Life. But the implication there was actually accurate. Generally, I don't really bring life powders to hunts. I'm kind of the mind where it's like, heal yourself, mate. Not really. But it's a matter of laziness and a matter of wanting to have the slot for something else. So I guess I'm not support-minded, but... Which is why I kind of shit-talk anyone who wants to 2-man a monster with me using a hunting horn. If you're in a group of 4 with a hunting horn, hey! Feel free. Because that is 3 hunters that can benefit from your songs. But if you've got 2 people and there's 1 person who can benefit from your songs... no. Anyway. I'm sure that if you're, like, particularly good with a hunting horn, it's alright, but if you're not particularly good, and most are not particularly good, don't do it. Anyway. I haven't played Dead Space, actually, Paul. I remember when it came out, everyone and their dog was playing it. It was one of those games, you know, it's like, oh, Dead Space, Dead Space. And for that reason, I never checked it out. But it's probably decent. I'm not sure. I think it's probably better than some mainstream games. But, yeah. I'll reserve judgment because I know absolutely nothing about it, so... Alrighty, so we'll take on this Teostra. If we do not get a large Elder Dragon gem, then we will move on to Chameleos. I do have a guy here who is wanting to get large Elder Dragon gems as well. But I'm not sure if I would want to kind of step on everyone's toes who wants to actually fight Teostra and just turn this room into a Chameleos room and force them to leave. I would prefer to leave as the host and then give them the opportunity to still stay and hunt Teostra if they would like to, and then just create a different Chameleos room. It's a much nicer thing to do. But having said that, they probably wouldn't stick around if I left anyway. It's one of those things, you know. Oh god, why are you so... Oh, I must have been blasted. That's why I took so much damage there. Yeah, getting hit while being blasted, it hurts. Ugh. Ow. Blasted again. Here we go. Knew I wasn't actually at risk there. I had confidence in myself. Yeah, I would probably only play games like that long after they're dead as well, Paul, but these days I just don't have the time to play games like that. I'd stick with games that I know I'm going to enjoy. Ooh, I sort of missed the damage there. Try and demon dance the face a little bit. Nice. This is a good team. Just a lot of damage. Good teamwork generally. Don't have too much to worry about. It's just one of those teams where things just go your way, you know. Beat the shit out of the monster, don't get hit very much. Efficient. That's what I like. It's all a matter of time allocation, you know. You don't want to spend too much time doing things in this game. Because you do have the chance of spending a lot of time on the same thing when you're playing Monster Hunter, so if you can sort of reduce the time spent, it's quite valuable. Yeah, Monster Hunter is a game that you can very easily spend too much time playing. You just sort of let the time go, and yeah, that time's not coming back once you've spent it. It's just how it is. Oh, Christ. Alright, we'll spiral slice you. Oh, and I missed it! Once again, you really need to get a solid point of contact. when you're using Spiral Slice, otherwise it just does not work. Oh dear. Didn't manage to get hit. I'm sure getting hit by a blast when you're blasted is also really terrible. Not sure how bad it is, but it should be pretty bad. Oof. Ow. Was not paying attention at that moment. I'm not going to actually go in and attack. I'm going to focus on healing for now. I should be picking up shinies, that's important. I'll do that now. Once he's stopped whipping his tail around right by it, and also threatening to blow everything up. Oh, 2 shinies. I'm sorry that I'm doing this. But I must, because otherwise I'll forget. I do this all the time. This is why I noob carve and also noob gather. It's because if I don't, I actually forget. And, yeah. I end up, like, way too focused on the actual fight, and I'll just chase the monster and completely forget to carve and pick up shinies and stuff. And then you've also got shinies in that they disappear after a short amount of time. Oi mate, blast it! That was a request from Paul to say that in an Australian accent. Don't know what the relevance of that is, but I will accept his request to do that. I don't know what the chances for carving large Elder Dragon gems are like from the Teostra's tail, but I'm sure it's good to have that as a potential dice roll as well. It's always good. That didn't sound any different. I mean, what? I do actually have an Australian accent. It's just not a very strong one. So... Guys, let's capture. Now, someone was trying to plant bombs and Lana Wolf just completely cock-blocked that person. Hold on. Oh, look out, everyone. That was 1 death. I actually want to like hold off on attacking this monster until he comes back, because otherwise he's going to miss his calves. Just don't attack. Do I have a shout for that? I don't think I have a shout. Shit. I'm not going to attack. No, it's not something you need to apologize for. It's just you need to get here as soon as possible before you lose your calves, mate. So I'm going to not attack. Alright, he should be able to get back, hopefully. Yes, you did hear cock blocked. I don't say it very often, but sometimes I do. Praying for that large jewel. Or large gem, whatever I want to call it. Oh dear. I guess he got his calves. Rune. I think my friend showed me a trailer for that. Isn't it an MMORPG? If it's not, then it's not what I'm thinking of, but... Well, I got a Teostra gem, which is not what I wanted at all, but whatever. I'll take it. Because why the hell not? That was a gold crown large. I'll take that. There's no PvP in this game, Paul. It's purely team-based confrontations against monsters, which is what I do prefer. I'm not a huge fan of PvP generally. The only time I've ever gotten into PvP was in Demon Souls and Dark Souls, and wow, I needed a break. I needed a break from that for the rest of my life when I was done with that shit. So, yeah. Not doing that again. Alright, let's move on to Camellia, shall we? How long have we been streaming for? About an hour and 30 minutes. Maybe I won't do much after this whole large Elder Dragon gem grinding. No. Can I cancel? How do I cancel this shit? I don't know what I just did. I pressed all buttons and it did something, so whatever works, man. Camellios, here we go. No one's fighting Camellios. What is with these people? G, Camellios. There you go. Objective is Camellios, wherever his name is. Here it is. Managed to find it pretty fast. No, 13. Come on. Apply range, and we're good to go. Going to hell and eating lizards' heads and drinking with breaking the jar to heal yourself. Okay. Sounds like fun. No, I'm not familiar with that game at all. There was an MMORPG that a friend of mine linked to me before. I'll see what it's called, because that's what I was thinking of. I don't know why I thought about this. He linked me to Astelia, which is a new MMORPG coming out soon, which seems kind of average. I don't know. Maybe it's not that average, but yeah. Not playing it. I'm not interested in MMORPGs. I'm not happy with the idea of putting hundreds of hours into a game that is kind of... My progress is limited to the longevity of the game servers, and as soon as those game servers are shut down, that's it. I can't access all the time spent anymore. Or I can't access the result of all the time spent, and it just feels like a huge waste of time in the end. I'm very philosophical. Oh wait, that's high rank, hold on. I'm very philosophical about spending time in games, and I think it's very important to be able to access that forever. So, yeah, I'm not really interested in MMORPGs in the way that they just... Ugh. There's just the thought in the back of my mind is that this is all going to disappear one day, and I think, is that a good use of my time? And yes, nothing lasts forever, but... You can make things last for as long as you're alive, which is what's important. So, yeah. It's definitely not the case with MMORPGs, I can tell you that much. Oh, dearie me. That's the thing to do. Single player RPGs. Although Skyrim is closer to an action game than an RPG, but it does still have a lot of RPG elements. Oh, I call him Zaka. It's Zach Jr. He's come and joined me. It's good to see you again, Zach Jr. We have the same objective, which is to get large dragon gems, and I'm glad he managed to come and join me the second time. I'll send him a guild card. Well, I'll send everyone the guild card while I'm here, but, yeah. I generally don't bother giving people my guild card, it's just not something I bother with, but, yeah, if I'm going to hunt with him repeatedly, I may as well give it to him, and then he can give me his, and then I can get some, whatever it's called. Let's actually have a look at what it's called. It is, Unity, there we go. Unity points. Yeah! A friend request? Wow! This guy is like infatuated with me or something. No, not really. Of course, I'm being a little sarcastic, but anyway. What's the name of the third person in my party? I don't know. I can't read kanji or Chinese, which is effectively the same thing, but yeah, I can't read that at all. He is Chinese, not Japanese, because the Japanese have their own separate server, as they should. Some people might say, oh, that's so typically Japanese, that's so xenophobic. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. It's just their culture, relax. But no, really, they should have their own server, because they appreciate playing with each other, and you know what, they've probably been playing Monster Hunter, all of them, for quite some time. And they have their own way of playing the game, probably, and their own way of establishing communities, and then everyone speaks the same language, it's just better, so... They have enough people to have their own server, so they should. But the Chinese have recently come and infested this game. I shouldn't say infested, that's not a nice word to use at all. They've all... I was not intending to actually have such a negative word attached to them coming and playing the game. I guess I say infested because I've played with a lot of people who really don't like the Chinese community in World, like at all. So yes, that's why there's a negative aspect to that. But I don't know, I haven't had a problem with the Chinese player here in this game, so I have no reason to have a problem with them. But yeah, recently a lot of Chinese players have started playing, so... Well, things like xenophobia, I mean, it's not even a big deal, because if you look at Europe, the entirety of Europe is like full-on racist. And Americans get a full-on culture shock from that. They're like, what? That's not okay. It's like, relax. You were having slaves for as long as the 50s, so just relax for a little bit, guys. But it's interesting because in Europe, there's just such a strong sense of, like, I actually hate these people because of where they're from, because of some European thing going on. Like, oh, they took our territory at one point in history, or, you know, things like that. It's weird. That's just how they are in Europe. And, you know, yes, it is a little bit of a shame in some cases. I think it's a little bit unnecessary to dislike people purely based on where they're from and not based on, like, how they act or how they carry themselves as a culture, things like that. I think you should at least, if you're going to be racist, at least try to, you know, have some form of, like, reason to dislike them. But even then, racism is terrible in that there are always exceptions to negative aspects to culture, and it is not fair to the people who are the exception. And because you treat people negatively based on that perception of the culture, you are actually cultivating more negativity in that way. So therefore racism is terrible and is just not a good solution to anything at all. So, yeah. Of course there's negativity in cultures, there always will be. But you're only going to create more of it if you turn that into hate. You need to judge people as individuals, not based on, you know, wide filters like what culture they're from and stuff like that. It's not okay. That's my 2 cents. I knew that tongue would get me. I might just... No, I won't Bloodwind yet. Or, yes, I'll Bloodwind now. I'll Bloodwind the face. There we go. Oh. I might take this opportunity to sharpen, which is a little bit dangerous because he can just come and charge you randomly out of nowhere. I wouldn't say that, yeah, I suppose depending on your definition of racism, yes, all people are racist in some way. I think it would be more accurate to say all people are to some extent discriminatory against people based on where they're from. They discriminate in one way or another. So, yeah. A lot of modern anti-racism does have to do with, like, everyone patting each other on the back and saying, you know, we're such nice people, but in reality there is a small amount of discrimination wherever you go. And most people do have a little bit of that. It's because the reality is, you know, some people do have characteristics that are cultural, and there are a lot of people who have those same characteristics because they're from that same culture. It has more to do with culture, actually. I think there's a big confusion as to what racism is, because it's actually less to do with race and more to do with culture, I think. But racism is very bad in that sometimes it does have to do with people not being able to understand something that's different from them and what they're used to. That's why I think a lot of that stuff is very toxic, because in the end you sort of you don't allow the time of day for yourself to even understand their perspective, which is that is a great way to sort of ruin cultures and ruin diversity, which is like not being understanding of other people, which is obviously... I'm using water dual blades against a Camellia, so I just realized, holy shit, what am I doing? I was obviously not paying attention. Sorry for not being a good addition to the team, everyone. I'm using water dual blades on a Camellias, but that is a thing. Anyway. Yeah, I've completed everything so far. I'm pretty much in the pure endgame. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I'm pretty much in the endgame, and I suppose the true endgame would be doing all of the truly high-level deviants, and I haven't done any of that business, so yeah. Not really thinking of doing that anytime soon. I'd like to get all the basics down first, like getting all the armor sets that I like and getting all of the weapons that I want. Things like doing high-level deviants, and also getting into different styles is stuff that I'll be saving for later. So that is the plan. But that plan will not be enacted until a little later, I don't think. I'm really pissed off that I'm using water weapons right now. Can't believe I even allowed myself to do that. I guess these guys are trying to cut the tail. They're hitting the wrong part of the freaking tail, though. You have to hit the tip, because anything that's not the tip is considered part of the body and will not contribute to a tail cut. Of course, I do attack the back legs out of habit because of the back leg trips you got from the older games, but that's not where the damage is at, of course. The damage is at the... I think the tip of the tail is pretty good for dealing damage, and also the head is very good. But yeah, the back legs are not a weak point. They never have been, in terms of dealing straight up damage to them. But, yeah. He's limping. In spite of my terrible elemental choice, I've been dealing at least enough damage to assist in getting him limping at this point, so that's good. Gonna need a drink of water soon, I think. Feeling a little parched in the throat. I'll probably do that after this hunt. Should I do 2 Camellios? Maybe I'll do 2 Camellios. Maybe I'll do 3 Camellios so I don't have to hunt Kushala. Oh, I hate Kushala Daora. Seriously, I do. Cannot stand that monster. It's a bloody bastard. Ooh! We'll do a spiral slice in a moment. There we go. Not good enough. Gonna chase after him. I think he's landing here. There we go. And then we'll Bloodwind to get our charge up. But he should, yeah, I was about to say he should be dead fairly soon. And he died before I could finish that sentence. So, there you go. Alrighty. Praying for a large Elder Dragon gem. Come on, Camellios. Don't hold out on me, man. I've been killing you since the old days, so you gotta You've got to give me something in return. I'm a loyal slaughterer of your people. You must reward me. Deary me. He's using the Senator longsword. You can see that that weapon design is so outdated. Holy shit. It looks really bad. I'm not going to deny some of the weapon designs in the older games were pretty poor. Not all of them were poor. Some of them were actually quite nice, but things like the Senator longsword, the Rathalos lance. What else was really bad? I don't know. There was some bad stuff there. I'm not going to deny. Alrighty. Now, interestingly enough, I have become quite used to the Joy-Con controller here. Oh, that's actually really funny, because this is this blue here. The chroma key really likes that. You can see that I'm creating the background here. So, like, if I wanted to show what's behind me, I can show you like that. Anyway, point is that I'm actually quite used to the Joy-Con controller right now. Ergonomically, it's not amazing, but, like, still. It's doing it for me at the moment, so I might not bother with using the PS4 controller with this. There's nothing wrong with having a controller that's unique to a particular type of Monster Hunter experience, so we'll just go with that for now. Where are my nullberries? They're over here. Because I accidentally stored them before. Alright, we're actually going to use a weapon that's not garbage this time for Chameleos. Hope you guys are excited for me to actually do some damage this time. Don't know what the bloody hell I was thinking, but I think the point was that I wasn't thinking, so no, that's not what I want. I want fire. Wyvern Harmony. This is very Freedom Unite right here, because the number of times that I'd whip out the equivalent weapons in Freedom Unite to kill Chameleos. Well, yeah, point is it happened a lot, so I'm doing the same in this game. I don't have Chameleos. I'm going to have to go over to my keyboard, let them know, and actually I'll use that as an opportunity to get a drink while I'm doing that. I'll be back in a moment, guys. This Zack Jr. guy is not like a bright thinker. I'm just gonna say. We just hunted a Chameleos in a room with the hub name G Chameleos, with the objective Chameleos. And I said, we're not... Well, I said that I don't have the quest. And his response is, which quest? I'm asking the real hard questions at the moment, I think. Hey! He worked it out all on his little lonesome. I don't mean to be so patronising, but seriously. Sometimes you just gotta be patronising, you know? I think we'll go with attack. It's just a Chameleos, we'll be alright. Oh. Alrighty. And we're good to go. I'll actually be doing some damage this time. Hallelujah. I didn't mean to... No, I didn't mean to do that, sorry. Because if you repeatedly ready up, it's kind of a way of telling people, I want to go now! It's very much like that. You can imagine someone who's spamming the ready up to constantly have that bell ringing is like, I really want to hunt right now. I don't have the time to sit here and wait. That's kind of like the personification of that sort of way of speaking and way of thinking. So we'll wait for about a minute because the logic is if we have 3 people here ready to go on the quest, that is going to incentivize people to join into that final slot because it means they won't have to wait around for other people to join. So Mr. What's-His-Face has decided on his own once again how long we're going to wait. 1 min. You only have to wait 1 min. I'll have 1 more. Because I do need my wits about me later on in the day. So I'm not going to go crazy. It's Glenmorangie, by the way. That would have been inverted, but anyway. I'm very much a fan of Glenmorangie. It's one of my favourites. At that price point, that is. Alright, let's go. Legitimate Sauratorium quest. Anyway, Sauratorium. It's a bit of a weird name, but you get what they mean. Is he starting here? He started here in the other games. Like in the older games, sorry, more specifically. Is he not here? He's not here? Well, that's a bit of a shame. Alright. So we've got Zack Jr. with longsword, Baroque, sword and shield, and Zlyfor, or Zlyfer, with the hunting horn. And he's using hunting horn, thank goodness, with a team of 4, as opposed to a team of 3 or 2. So that is a good thing. I'm happy with that. Really, no problems at all with someone who wants to use the hunting horn with a group of 4, that's fine. Because the effectiveness of the hunting horn is multiplied based on the number of people who can benefit from the effects of it. This is mostly to do with attack up large, which as far as I'm concerned is like the most important skill for a hunting horn. People who live and breathe hunting horn might not agree with me, but sorry, I guess. Oof, this Camellios is going to have a bad day, I can sense it. Uh-oh. I'll take this opportunity to Spiral Slice, and I completely messed that up, again. Which is a bit of a theme of mine. Uh-oh. Alright, managed to get out of that. Slightly risky, I was going to say. No, it's alright, he can launch me with that attack. That's the only attack that actually does damage with the hunting horn, so I can't blame him too much for it. No, he's probably trying to play a song. Let's get out of the way of this attack. And then we will Bloodwind to get our charge up and also deal damage. Dealing damage is a good thing. Alright, let's get that final strike in. Yummy. I don't know what sort of damage that deals, but I'm sure it's good damage, whatever it is. Feels good to actually use fire now. Once again. Feel like I'm not totally useless. Oh, he's glitching a little bit. Come on, guys, he's asleep. Or not. Let's not actually pay attention to monsters as they sleep. Let's all go back to being complete noobs who can't watch to see when a monster's asleep. All good. No, I mean, people were getting good at that at some point, and then this game came around and more people got involved who didn't play before, and they have to learn these things all over again. 3 Ultimate and 4 Ultimate was like, that was the sweet spot where people pretty much knew, like, basics like that. Like, turn in a circle to get rid of your Snow Blight and your Mud Blight. Am I out of... Oh, I was about to say, I thought I was out of whetstones. I must be blind. Anyway, you know, basic shit. If the monster is doing a weird-ass animation, it's probably going to sleep. Like a weird-ass animation, something that it should not be doing. It's probably going to sleep. It's kind of a common sense thing, I don't know. And this is coming from someone who is super casual. Like, I don't pay that much attention when I'm hunting, but fuck, like, if the monster's doing something weird, I'll sort of, like, have a look. And if it looks like it's going to sleep, I'm gonna, like, relax a little bit. Maybe not continue that longsword combo. Or whatever you happen to be doing at whatever given time. I don't know, maybe I'm just super judgmental or whatever. Probably. Monster Hunter doesn't exactly bring the best out of me as a person, but... There we go, I got that last... this time I couldn't do anything. I was stuck in a Demon Dance. Because, that's actually an annoying thing about Demon Dance. I was watching that other guy, though. He had stopped and then started attacking again. That was outside of my control. Hi Tenshaw GT, welcome to the live stream. Currently fighting a G-rank Camellios with a group of 4. Oh dear. Where are you, Mr. Camellios man? No, seriously, there you are. Good to see. It is good to see, actually. It's good to not have the Camellios be invisible. Is this... No, his horn isn't broken yet. How goes the hunting? It's going pretty well. I'm currently trying to get a large dragon gem for the Kushala Daora Hammer. I hunted 2 Teostra, was unsuccessful in getting a large Elder Dragon gem, so I'm moving on to Camellios right now. Don't think I'll be hunting Kushala for it, because I hate Kushala. Not a huge fan of Camellios either, because I've sort of overhunted him in Unite, but... And for Ultimate, to be honest. I hunted him a lot in both games, but, yeah, no. Oh, look out. It's Bloodwind while he's doing this attack. I should be safe enough. There we go, can even flinch him out of it. For even further effectiveness. I know I'm currently... Oh, I'm not poisoned anymore. I thought I got poisoned, but maybe it just... Yeah, I'm hunting with randoms at the moment. It's kind of how I play. I don't have so many friends that play Monster Hunter that I can sort of get into a group all the time with friends, but I do try to play with friends from time to time. Here we go, we got another sleep. I know it's going to get hit again. Look at this Zack Jr. guy. I mean, how much more obvious do you need than that? Like, how much more obvious do you need it to be than that? I don't know. Can't win, I guess. My advice, never use sleep weapons when you're hunting with randoms. He's using the Nursilla Sword and Shield, but... Yeah, bloody hell. But yeah, hunting with friends is actually more enjoyable, but... I find it to be more productive to hunt with random people, personally. But not always, because sometimes you can get in random groups of people who really kind of suck at the game, so... Yeah. I'm down to hunt together if you want to join whatever room I'm in. I'm definitely down for viewers to join in. But, probably when I next make a room. How about this? After this hunt, I'll probably make a room for Kushala Daora. I was thinking of not doing that, but I may as well. If you're down to join in for a G-rank Kushala Daora, I'll make a room and you can come and join me. And we'll do that. Again, wasn't planning on doing Kushala, but that's a good opportunity to get you involved. Which I'm pretty down for. Yeah, the current room is full, so I'm going to be making a new room for Kushala after this hunt. Oh, look out. Again, ruining that spiral slice. It's sad times. He is limping. Kill him. There we go. Cue him. That's good to hear. What hunter rank are you? I'm assuming you're in the end game at this point. There's still a lot of things that I need to do right now. No, I probably won't two-man it. Might just wait for at least a third. Just to have things be a little more speedy. I don't mind to have a little bit of downtime in this live stream series that I've got going here. Doesn't bother me at all. If it bothers the viewers, tough titties. You can fucking relax and wait for the hunt to start, or you can go watch something else. But, yeah. I'm down for a little bit of downtime. Get it? I do have other Monster Hunter live stream series that are designed for less downtime, which is the Live Hunt series, which is intended to... I've gone over this too many times, I'm not even going to say it again. That's a fair way to look at it, Tenshel. I actually appreciate that perspective. I do disagree. Oh, this might be a large Elder Dragon Gem. Suck it. Suck it. Just got what I needed. We're probably not going to be doing Kushala after all. We'll see what we'll end up doing, but I'm definitely going to hunt with you. At least 1 or 2 hunts I'll do with you before I finish up here. Been streaming for a bit over 2 hours. I'm down to stream for a little bit longer, that's fine. I appreciate that way of looking at things, Tenshel. I think that that's fair enough in the end game, for sure, when you don't really have things that you want to do. For me, I look at it more from a perspective of productivity. I would rather be in a 4-man group where we could just completely dominate a monster and just get things done nice and quickly. You know, don't fuck around with a 10-minute hunt because you're 2-manning or whatever. You know, get it done in around 5 minutes. And just maybe stick with a 4-man group, whether it be random or with friends, and just kind of be a bit more systematic with it, you know. That's my preference. So, yeah, but I do completely appreciate your perspective on that. Oh dear. Okay, so I'm going to level up my hammer. And we'll see what we'll do next. What do I actually need right now that is at G rank level? There we go. What do I need that's at G rank level? Okay, let's have a look at what weapons I can make right now. That's what we'll do. So I'm upgrading hammers at the moment, creating and upgrading hammers. We'll have a look and see what other hammers I want to make. I know I want to make the Valstrax, but I think that might be high rank that I'm in at the moment. Are you down for high rank stuff? We can 2-man something in high rank if you're down for that. Because I think I need some high rank materials for Valstrax. Let's have a look and see where that is. Here we go. I need a Valstrax Lancewing. Just need to get my chats back up. Anything unlike? Alright. I will make a room for high rank Valstrax, and we will depart as soon as you join. If someone happens to join in that time, we'll go with them as well. So, hold on, let me actually find the Valstrax. I'm in Create, am I? No, I'm in Search. I want to be in Create. I'm glad I checked. Alright, so Valstrax, wherever that is. Jesus. There we go. I managed to find it relatively quickly. Alright. H. Oh shit. HR. I think I can fit the whole name in. Yeah, here we go. Valstrax, there we go. What's the... It's 6 for high rank, isn't it? Whatever it is, we're gonna... I won't even apply range. We'll just keep it at 1 and then... Whatever. Whoever wants to join can join. Two friends chatting in the chat. Then again, chatting is a good thing to do in a chat because, you know, chats are designed to chat in anyway. Hello C45AR3N0, that is a very nice name you've got there. It doesn't exactly roll off the tongue. Would you like to play Monster Hunter as well? If not, then feel free to just watch, I suppose. Bloody hell. I guess I'll go with... None of these skills really matter to me. Just take whatever. The room is ready, by the way. Oh, I'll call you Caesar. I can sort of see that. Fair enough. Yeah, I'll call you Caesar. This is you, is it? Is it? This is you, am I right? Entering 999, bloody hell. Fair enough, we're at that point in the game's lifespan where 999 isn't too terrible. We've also got people who get a bit of a boost from generations as well. Ugh. Alrighty, so I'm going to... God. What's Valstrax weak to? Is it Thunder, maybe? Okay. Alright, so we're gonna... Oh, Jesus. Is this you? Is this your ult? El Catus. I'm just opening up Ping's deck so that I can have my my monster weaknesses close by. Because I'm a little bit... Oh, so you're not El Catus. I wasn't expecting so many high rank... Well, I wasn't expecting a high-leveled person. Why is my Windows Explorer in dark theme all of a sudden? Sometimes I don't understand you, Windows 10. Sometimes you make me want to put a bullet in my head, Windows 10. Sometimes I wish I could go back and use Windows Vista, Windows 10, because I preferred Windows Vista. Obviously Windows 7 was superior, but even Vista I adore compared to fucking Windows 10. Anyway, don't worry. I was starting to relapse into a few different, I guess... Don't worry about it. Anyway, so sometimes Windows 10 just makes me very upset. Going to... There we go. Sorry about this. Just need to launch Ping's decks. It was open until Windows 10 auto-updated, which it seems to be doing every fucking week at the moment. Christ's sake. So it's weak to everything. Good to know. Well, what would I like to go with then? What is my strongest dual blade thing? Maybe we'll go with Suzuka Akuro. That should be good enough. Oh yeah, if that's a video, that's happened to me before, man. Seriously. Back when I was, I had my old PC. It's not so old that it didn't have Windows 10, but I basically got a really good PC starting in, it was like mid-2017 I got like my first really good PC. Before that point, I was using pretty crappy PCs. The one that I had at that point, I was also running Windows 10 on that, and it took a long time to render videos at that point. I was rendering some videos for as long as, 6 to 10 hours, and bloody hell, God forbid a Windows 10 update would be on the horizon, because it would actually just completely cancel that process and just restart itself. I mean, you would think that the automatic restarting process would be intelligent enough to actually see that the computer's... what's the word that I'm looking for? Okay, we'll just say that there are processes active on the computer that are going into overdrive, right? And yet... Oh yeah, let's just do the update, no problem. It just gives me the shit, so I don't even want to talk about it. It pisses me off. But, anyway. I can't wait until I can put this shit behind me. And I can look back on Windows 10 as this terrible thing in the past. But for now, it's part of the present. High rank Valstrax, where are you? Am I blind or what? Is it event only? Sorry guys, do you have the high rank Valstrax quest? Because I don't seem to have it right now. I'm assuming it would be the final star. And I don't seem to have an event for it either. Okay, I can't find the freaking quest. Have you posted it? Oh, got a guild card from you. So that other guy, Caesar, I'm assuming that you're not in the room right now? If you're not in the room, let me know, and I'll kick someone for you. I don't know, I might be stupid, but I can't see a Valstrax quest here. Okay, what if he's not actually the final star? What if he's in here or something? It would be weird, but... Oh, he is Elcatus. Okay, sorry. I was asking if he was Elcatus before, and he said that he was a different name to that, so I assumed that he was implying that he was not Elcatus, but that's fine. Yes, I know that. I'm aware of that. I wouldn't assume that you would name your hunter Elcatus. That would be kind of disturbing. Although there are a number of people who do have a bit of an online cat persona going on, and I'm not going to comment on that, but it's... Actually, I will comment on it. It's kind of... Ugh. Kind of. Do any of you... Yeah, all good. So, do either of you have the high rank Valstrax quest? I, for some reason, don't have it. I wish I knew why. It's kind of bizarre. I just can't see it. I definitely don't have it. It's pretty clear that I don't. I can't be that blind. Oh, it's village only, is it? The hell were they thinking with that? Scheisse, well that's alright. We'll just, oh Christ. Okay, we'll do G rank instead, I suppose, seeing as though we're already here. Why would it be village only? That's just terrible. I mean, it's not that I don't mind soloing a Valstrax, but it's just dumb. Anyway, okay, we'll just do G rank then. Yeah, okay. Well, if it's not on your list, it's obviously not a thing. Anyway, yeah, I'm just going to update the hub information to say, hold on. G, Valstrax. No, shit. Stop it. God, this game sometimes makes me very, very sad. Okay, there we go. And then Y for... No, that's not Y. That's Y on an Xbox controller. Doomlink. Oh, dear God. Sometimes it's the simple things that can be difficult, you see. Okay, and then we'll set it to 13. I don't know, whatever. Doesn't matter that much. But I just feel bad for having the room information say that it's high rank, and then I'm just going to whip out a fucking G rank quest. Okay, so I should be ready to go. Sorry that we can't do your 2 or 3 man. We'll have a 4th person here, so... Yeah, it is what it is. I'll probably do 1 or 2 quests with you, and then I'll bugger off. Been streaming for a little while. Let's hope I can get the high rank parts that I need. It's a, I think it's the wing break that I need. Paul is making fun of my accent in the YouTube chat, thank you. I do appreciate that. Yeah, ER is just A in my accent, that's just how it is. Controller. Controller. Even if I mean, I generally don't have a very strong Australian accent, but even then, I can't really do the ER business. It's not in my lexicon. ER? No, that's just A. Sorry. It's been some time since I actually fought Valstrax. I just haven't really... I've never used his armor, I've never used his weapons. Until now, that is. So I just haven't really had a need to fight him outside of key quests and things of that nature, so... Uh-oh. He's gonna do his... where is he? I need to actually, like, see him to avoid him. Oh. I love that attack. That is so cool. My immediate impressions with this guy was that he was a frontier monster. He looks like a frontier monster. That's his whole look. And the way he does things, he's such a frontier monster. And I don't mind it. I don't mind frontier monsters, I just hate frontier and how it is these days with the ultra anime business. Not at all a fan of that. Well, I'm glad you can still get some fun out of this then. If you're Hunter rank 999 in any game, even if it's a game like this where you can Hunter rank up incredibly fast, you probably enjoy hunting, so... yeah. I guess it is void looking. It's just that there are a lot of dragon type monsters in this game, Paul. Just so happens that the things that I've been needing are dragon-esque. There are a lot of different types of monsters in this game. You've got like spiders, monkeys. Most of them are reptilian, but definitely spiders and monkeys. Not spider monkeys, but definitely spiders and monkeys. My play has been better in the past, I have to tell you. Today has not been my day. But generally I don't perform as well on camera as I do off camera, but has to do with commentary business. Uh-oh. Yeah, I just find Valstrax to be a fun fight. He's not really in any way challenging. I would find even Elatrion to be more challenging than this guy. I mean, I live and breathe Elatrion. Like, I fought him so many times in Tri. Fought him a lot in 3 Ultimate. And, a little bit in whatever other games he appeared in, I suppose. Oh, Portable Third. Yeah, fought him a bit in Portable Third. But, yeah. He doesn't really challenge me anymore, but I would still consider Elatrion to be a bit more of a challenge than this guy. This guy doesn't really punish me. He's just a rocket charging around the place. And I think that's kind of fun. Having said that, I am playing very poorly right now, so maybe I will be punished as a result of that. I don't think I've ever mounted a Valstrax, so I might give that a try. I may just get that last hit of the demon dance on him there. That was good. Oh, hello, hello. I knew that was going to hit me, but I could not evade that in time, unfortunately. Well, I'm sure I would have been able to evade it had I decided to evade it with my weapons out, but I did make the decision that I wanted to sheath and then dive, and too many processes to undertake to actually be successful in an evasion in that situation, so yeah, that's kind of how that goes. Can't really control it. That attack is... oh, here we go. He's gonna rocket around and then come and slam us. I love this attack, it's so cool. I'm sorry, but it's... no matter how many times he does this, this is so fun. I heard that someone managed to guard point that attack, which is really cool. I mean, I know nothing about guard points. I don't really like Charge Blade. I used it a lot in this game to just get it out of the way, so I wouldn't really have to use it in future. But I still don't really know anything about guard points. I don't care for them. Charge Blade is a weapon type that is new enough in the series where I've missed the point. It's like... God, this Valstrax has gotten absolutely destroyed. Look at this. This is almost sad. Definitely, a team of 4 in a scenario like this is a little bit too much. God damn it. Oh, I need to adjust my camera a little bit. There we go. I don't think it's been like that the whole time. Died off camera for me. Well, that's a Valstrax dead. I guess we'll, I don't know what I want after this. Maybe we'll, no, I don't want to fight another one if he's just going to die this frickin' fast. What's fun that I haven't really fought recently? I don't know. Maybe I could think of something weak to fire so that I could use my... or something weak to ice as well so that I could try out those hammers. I haven't used hammer in this game before. Not that it's going to be any different, I will be running guild with it. But, yeah. Could just be a fun way to use one of those weapons that I've just picked up in this recording. That was disturbingly fast, I'm going to put it out there. He's supposed to be like an endgame Elder Dragon and he just got absolutely slammed into the ground. With not much help from me. Oh, Lance Wing. I think I needed the, whatever the high rank wing drop was. Looks like I've been unlucky and I haven't managed to get it. Although, maybe it'll be in the other screen. Ooh, no, I didn't. But I did get a Ruby Dragon Mind Stone, which I probably needed for the final upgrade of the hammer, which is pretty freaking good. I'm happy with that. Let's do Chaotic Gore. I haven't fought him for some time. I don't know why you're calling it wedding music, but whatever. But yeah, we might do Chaos Gore. Let's do that. I haven't fought him too much in this game, but I think I managed to get like several contrary scales. It was crazy. Like, I was super, super lucky with Chaotic Gore, which is really annoying because I never use his weapons. I don't care for them at all. I didn't use them in 4 Ultimate, and I didn't use them in this game, and I will not use them in this game. So, yeah, it doesn't really help me to get so many contrary scales. And I got a lot of Shagaru Magala rare stuff as well. I think I must have gotten, I think it was it 3 hunts? I got 5 mantles or something like that. Whatever the final drop is for that monster. Bloody hell. It was insane. Anyway. Once again, Shagaru, like I don't really use his weapons. It's kind of annoying. But that's just how it goes, you know. You get the best possible luck with things that you don't actually need. Now, from one person to another, Tensho GT and also Caesar, I need a little bit of advice with my current armor set. It does not have much defense because it actually incorporates the Garuga mask, and it also has some lower end G rank materials in it. Or armor pieces. Most of it is fully upgraded. I've only got 2 pieces that are 1 level off being fully upgraded, and the defense ends up being about 680. With defense up large after eating, it's 698. That's still not very good for a G rank armor set. Is there any way to like increase the level of these armor pieces further or get good defense in some other way? I will mention that I do have armor charms and armor talons. But I have a feeling that with this particular armor set, I'm kind of doomed to have lacking defense. Well, this guy's just put up a a hyper Mizutsune. But yeah, the point that I'm making is I think I'm doomed to have low defense, but unless you have some sort of suggestion for upping my defense in some way, I might just have to deal with this. Is he posting it again? What does he want to do? Yeah, rightio. Might just have to bring like a constant mega armor skin, but even then I probably wouldn't have too much defense in the end. I just need to equip some hunter arts because I forgot to do that. But yeah, we'll do spinning meteor and I guess typhoon trigger, whatever. I don't really care that much. Not so much looking for like good armor sets, it's just that this particular one doesn't have much defense. I'm happy with the skills of this armor set and I'm going to stick with this for hammer for a while, but the defense is just not too great, and I was wondering if there were any ideas that you had as far as increasing defense beyond this point is concerned. But that's fine. I guess I'll just work on maybe bringing mega armor skins and stuff like that. Where the hell is Chaotic Gore? He's probably not in this. That's regular Gore. It's regular Gore again. Why are there 2 quests for regular Gore? I guess that's not entirely unusual, but anyway. If one of you can post the regular G rank Chaotic Gore quest, that would be great. Not always the best at finding the quest that I want. Yeah, defense doesn't really matter if you get hit, I do agree. So I don't really worry about doing regular G-rank quests with this kind of defense, but I do worry for quests like, you know, higher end Elder Dragons, that sort of stuff, and also the max level Deviants. Like this, 698 defense is not viable for that, unfortunately. Like I can't really take on an endgame Deviant with that sort of defense. I'd be very nearly getting one shot, I'm sure. So, yeah, I just worry about those sorts of things. Gabo. What am I doing? That's right, getting mega armor skins. Do I have any? I do, I have 14. I'll just have to make more. That's alright. It's very easy to get materials in this game. No defense is viable. Well, I think that makes it more clear than ever that I'm going to get fucking one shot with less than 700 defense. So I think at least if you had in excess of 800, you wouldn't get one shot. I think that's kind of what I'm looking for. I don't want to get one shot, you know. So I wouldn't really call Deviants fun. Actually, I do enjoy the monsters themselves. I think Deviant monsters are really cool. I really, really like them. They're better than subspecies in terms of their design. What I don't like about Deviants is, first and foremost, the actual themes for the Deviants. The vast majority of those Deviant monsters just have the same theme. Some of them have different ones like, you know, Bloodbath Diablos, for example. But most of them just have the same theme and it gets a bit boring. As well as that, the actual quest system with Deviants, I do not appreciate at all. It's probably alright if you're sponging off someone else who's willing to constantly do your quest over and over again, but if you were to do it with people who all want to benefit from doing the quest, it would take so long to level it up because everyone needs to level it up. It's terrible. I think it's a really badly implemented system, personally. I think they could have really done something nice with Deviants and they kind of failed, but it is what it is. Turn off the music. That's rough. Turning off the music in a Monster Hunter game, that's pretty sad. Because I cut my teeth on Tri, right? I played 2,300 hours of Tri back then, and Tri had phenomenal music. Absolutely phenomenal music. So for me, good music with a Monster Hunter game is really important. Paul, the older games do have lore. I guess there is a bit of lore in this game as well, but traditionally Monster Hunter lore is very dark and kind of creepy. But, yeah. It's one of those sort of game series where the lore isn't really thrown into your face in a story. It's sort of like you pick up on it as you go along. Yeah, it's a little bit too grindy for me when you're trying to grind as a group. Everyone trying to level up the quest as a group, that is terrible and not okay. Like, that level of grind is not... it's not pleasant. And I don't want to have anything to do with it, quite frankly. At least not yet. I'll do it later, don't worry. I want that big crown next to my name. I'm very vain in that way, but, yeah, seriously, not happy with the amount of grinding needed. I suppose I would prefer it even more if it were a situation where they were just regular monsters that you would hunt, and they weren't really... oh, didn't actually want to do that even. Okay, so, it's been a while since I've hammered a gore, but we'll give it a try anyway. Oh, shit, I didn't think he was going to go at that angle. I thought he was going to stay a bit more forward than that, but he went to the side and managed to hit me. That's alright. No. Again, I'll have to do a slam. Oh, that's a good opportunity. Get that triple pound in. I'll be able to get the golf swing off. There we go. I wasn't really well positioned there, but again, got that triple pound. I think I missed that super pound there. Can barely see what's going on. Between Chaotic Gore and his funny things, Like his wings going everywhere. You've also got this area and its crazy wind effect. It kind of makes everything a little bit difficult to see. But anyway. Oh, there's another opportunity. Trying to get that head. Gotta get that KO, man. Missed it. It's poorly positioned again. Poorly positioned again. I'm the king of sucking at hammer in this game, I suppose. I haven't used it in this game, you know. Gotta give me a break. I'm generally alright when I put on hammer. Hammer is not a weapon type that I often use, but it is a weapon type that I'm often decent with when I pick it up. I think I missed that golf swing. Really annoying. But, you know, I'm too casual to always aim for the head. It's like, who has the time for that business? Someone's mounting. No, but I don't mind hammer. If I want to have a bit more of a focused gameplay experience, I'll run hammer. I'm okay with that. We're going to go for a golf swing in the face. Here we go. Here we go. I'm not going to Typhoon trigger, I'm just going to go for the standard combo here. Are you getting KO'd yet, please? Come on, man. I've never done this Hunter art before, by the way. I think you need to time it right? Something like that, maybe? I don't know. I think depending on the number of swings, it does more damage with the ending golf swing. Something like that. It's golf swing. It's probably not the official term. It's very colloquial to call it a golf swing. It's just like the whole... You spin around and just do that golf-esque swing. That's kind of how it is, yeah. But yeah. It is the most powerful attack. There are certain games where the golf swing is not the most powerful attack. For example, in Try, it was not the most powerful attack because, I don't know, they were crazy in Try when they were designing the weapons and they decided that Super Pound should be more powerful. Which might make sense because you have to charge it up, but it's just... It's so much easier to get off a Super Pound than it is a golf swing, so it would make no sense for that to be the most powerful. Just in terms of the gameplay. It's not balanced. So... Try was great in some ways, and then in other ways it was not so great. I think you'll find. Really not doing well with this KO. Maybe I'll get the KO sometime next week, or maybe sometime next month. Oh, just wanting to do an uppercut there. Or an upswing. Ended up doing a fucking spin. This is not my finest hour with hammer, that is for sure. Uh-oh. What? Trying to line up with his head and he's just doing these outward explosive attacks. Makes things a little harder. How about some Typhoon trigger? How are you going to like that, Mr. Gormagala? Well, here we go. We're going to Typhoon trigger your fucking head. I think most of that was on his head, I hope. I do hope these things. He's going to die before I get a fucking KO off. Oh, my performance is not the best right now, but whatever. Gormagala Lash, and we'll collect this shiny. This hunt is just for fun. I don't believe I need anything from Chaotic Gore, and I don't think I ever will need anything from Chaotic Gore. Apparently we're killing a Remobra, which I'm down with. I hate Remobra. I might as well carve him. I'll dominate his body with my knife. Might even eat the flesh afterwards, just to further assert my dominance. I might have a Nullberry to get rid of this, or at least decrease this build-up of chaos, or whatever it's called. Oh dear. Alrighty. Come on, Doomlink, get the KO. You can do it. You can get off a single KO with a hammer. You can do that, can't you? Or are you actually that useless? Missed that golf swing. Get an upswing. He's dead. I knew he'd die before I could get the KO. Oh well, it is what it is. Can't have everything. I got another contrary scale. I'm telling you, my luck with this monster is insane. I don't know how many contrary scales I have, but I was telling you just before that I'm always getting contrary scales. And I fucking got one in this hunt as well. It's insane. I mean, I am pretty lucky in this game generally, I have to say, but it's another level with this monster. It's like every single time I fight it, he's begging for me to take his contrary scales. He's like, I've got all these contrary scales that no one else can get because their luck sucks. Take them, Doomlink. You can have them. It's insanity. I don't need them. I don't want them. And that's when you get them. When you don't need them and when you don't want them. That's when you get them. Oh, fucking hell. It is what it is. Anyway, let me guess another one. No, I did not get another one in the rewards. That is astounding to me that I didn't. Whatever. I need to be happy to smile. Well, I do smile. What do you mean? I'm always smiling. How dare you? But no, I'm not happy getting a contrary scale when I don't need it. I'm going to see how many I have. We're going to compare the number of chaotic gores I've killed versus the number of contrary scales I have. We're going to look at the number of scales I have. So, what have we got? Don't know where. Oh my god, here we go. Contrary scale. I have 4 contrary scales versus... Well, it looks like Chaotic Gore doesn't have his own monster list. I've killed 13 Gore Magala, which is inclusive of Chaotic Gore. I think I've only killed like 4 or 5 Chaotic Gore, okay? I'm serious. Like, yeah, I've killed... Thinking of how many regular Gore Magalas I've killed, if I've only killed 13 here, in my mind that makes it very clear that I have barely fought Chaotic Gore and I've got 4 contrary scales. I'm telling you, every time I fight the bastard, I get one. It's ridiculous. Anyway. The poker face is for other reasons, but anyway. Thank you Tenshaw and Caesar for joining me in the live stream and hunting with me. I would have liked to have hunted for longer, but I don't really want to stream for too long. I do have other things that I want to do today. Been streaming for about 2 hours and 30 minutes. I do thank you all for joining, and, well, joining not just in the hunting process, but also the viewing process. It's been another good recording today. This is the second part for the Hunting with Purpose live stream series. I'll probably do another one sometime soon. I wasn't expecting to do another one so soon, actually, but I am enjoying this. Whenever I want to sit down and play this game and I'm feeling like I'm in good form to record, then I will go and record another thing for this series, but anyway. Yeah, no problem, Tenshaw. It was good fun. But, and thanks for joining me as well, Caesar. I'll catch you all later, and stay well. Bye-bye. Oh, and thank you, Paul, for joining, as usual.